I hope those mics were on first little bit. Anyway, as I was saying, something happened with the ingestion server. It kind of pooched itself for a second, but I wasn't able to reconnect in time. So, yeah, there's that. But we're back up and going. This is part 2. So, hope you're all back and watching. And we got the music going in the background for a little bit of entertainment as we go. But the flight's still going. Everything is going good there. Not sure exactly what that was, where it pooched like that. Rather frustrating when that happens, but it does happen. But luckily I was able to get back and reconnect and reset up. Now you can see our ground speed's 184. Hey Kevin, glad you made it to part 2 of today's stream. I think there was a internet hiccup with the ingestion servers and the lost connection, and I wasn't able to reconnect quick enough to YouTube. So we're back up and just cruising along, enjoying this one. Alright, so we can see the needle is popped in for the next VOR. So we are going to go into heading mode as soon as I get this dialed straight on. So we're going to go into heading mode. We're going to switch over to the next VOR. And we're going to dial in the radial that we want to be on and into nav. Alright, and we'll set up for the next one. How was your day, Kev? So after 1082, it is 1136. So we'll switch that one over there. And 1136. We'll go in, and after 1136, it is going to be 11625. 625 is set in standby there. And we're picking up the next VOR there as well, which is good news. No, it's not a repeat of last time. It was something else. There was a warning came up about the connection to YouTube, so it wasn't the thing. Had to register with the city here in Germany today. Really? Oh, it's good because you're working there. Today's been interesting. About a week and a half ago, we had temperatures up between 15 and 19 degrees. Today we're having a blizzard, and it's about 2. So yeah, lots of fun going on here in the Great White North. No, it's all good. Yeah, it wasn't that. I instantly freaked out when I saw it, but it was a different issue. Just one of those rare hiccups that happen. Well, yeah. Kind of hoping winter was done. Doesn't seem to quite want to leave yet. But I'll tell you, when I go away at the beginning of April, it's making that gonna seem a whole lot nicer. And if I look at the weather forecast, let's see. The weather's starting to come up again after this weekend. But still, cloudy and low temperatures. It's going to be nice to get away. Alright, we're 19 miles out from this VOR. So again, we'll just move our heading around so we're on it. And as mentioned, the next one's already showing on nav 2. Heading into some little bit rougher area. Single digits for all of April? Wow. Yeah. Glad I'm heading south for a bit. That will be nice. So I've decided after this I'm going to do a tour of the Great Lakes in the helicopter, and once I'm back, I'm probably going to bring back weekend streaming for a bit. So if you want to, if you're back home and want to jump in, you're more than welcome. Let me know and I'll make sure we're streaming on the days you're available. But I'm going to do it in the CH-47. But I've got to move it from the Air Force Base out to the start point for the tour. So I'm probably going to have 3 or 4 videos moving the helicopter. And that'll give me some extra time flying it and getting used to landing and everything. And then be ready to go. I don't think I'm going to finish this series by the time I go away, so it'll be wrapping this one up at the end of April, early May, and then run the helicopters in May for a bit, which I think could be a lot of fun. Especially if we get some practice in and get a bit more decent. I was going to say more better, but I stopped myself. Although I will say that video worked wonders. Alright, 10 miles out. So we'll go into heading capture. Next heading we are going to want is 139. Switch over to the next VOR. I want a 139. A weekend for every few months. So you're coming home, what, 3 times, maybe 4 times over your stay? So there we go, we're pretty much lined up. We'll switch over and we'll come down now. Let's get over onto the next one, 11625. 11625 is set. And after that, we are going to be looking for 11435. Be FJS, and then yeah, 11435. That is now set. All right, and we're good for the next leg. 194 on the ground speed, 56 miles to go. Back over twice. Yeah. stock the tea bags. Is it 6 months you're away for? Or was it longer? I can't remember now. Five months. Yeah, it's quite a while. Interesting, this time when I turned the transponder on, it automatically went to mode C. I haven't updated the airplane, so not sure what caused that. It was interesting though. Everything is looking good. Fuel is looking good. Temperatures and load and everything on the batteries is looking good because the generators are all up and running. So we're to generator 1. Nothing's changing. No, maybe. It's something I'm checking now, especially with this aircraft. I think we're going to run the helicopter in multiplayer. I'm not comfortable flying that thing on VATSIM. Not if there's controllers up. Yeah, that very well could get interesting. $291 miles to go. So it looks like that wind is really starting to push on us here. Which is all right. So this is the part where we're heading down. We're going to be overflying some of the higher mountains and everything. You can see the ground starting to come up around us. So the FJS VOR is another low power, so we're probably not going to pick that up. So we're going to be heading we're going to be heading. We will be heading on a 159 heading when we come off of OED, which is the one we're heading to right now. Hello, miss. You've come back around to this side now. I know. It's coming on for your dinner time, isn't it? I know what little miss here would be asking for if she could talk.
Hey, could you guys bring us a meal, please? Okay.
She's getting hungry. About 10 minutes. I'll get to the next waypoint and then I will go and get you your dinner. Yeah. He's sitting there staring at me. Right, cruising along nicely. 193, not too bad. Pretty close to our 200 knot planned cruise speed, but again we got that wind. Once we're down on the other side of the mountains here, it should peter down to about half of what it is here. I think we're about 25 or so knots at this altitude. I think it was about 10 to 15 further south. San Francisco, Oakland is up. Oakland Tower. But nothing down in Sacramento. No, leave the cables alone. So we've now completed the top end of the U.S., working from the northeast to the northwest. This brings us down the south side to the 3 states there, Washington, Oregon, and California. And from here we'll be heading eastwards, bouncing around on the southern states as we head back east, ending up on the eastern seaboard where we end up wrapping up. So it's looking good. And again, we still got some of the bigger states out here where we're doing these longer flights. So we've got to go greater distances between the states. You want your dinner now? All right. I'm going to step away for a second. I'm going to get Little Miss her food, and I will be right back. back. Molly is happy. He's eating away there. Alright, we just lost the VOR and flipped around, so we're going to go to that 160 or so. Right, heading in that direction as well. To intercept on the VOR. So again, it's going to be probably about halfway to the next one before it kicks in. 35-mile area or so on the range for the low power. All right. Let's just dial that in. We'll just head directly towards it. And a nice view out as we turn. There's some of the high mountain peaks in the area as well. So we're going to wait for the Foxtrot Juliet Sierra VOR to kick in. It's amazing the number of people I'm seeing with no flight plans filed flying around. Anyway, we got this mountain range here to climb. I think this is the Cascade Mountains. Not 100% sure. Speed's down to 180. Again, with that wind. Good fuel, battery temperatures, DC load, AC load, no cautions, and no warnings. Probably not. I mean, to be fair, I sometimes forget as well, but I'm sure some of them are doing it just on purpose. Molly's wolfing down her dinner. Having turkey and vegetable stew. I've added in a little bit of fresh chicken. And she's got a little bit of her sensitive stomach kibble mixed in as well. She's having a nice meal today. Have to take her out in a little bit. Probably before this flight is over. But at the end, well, it's still snowing out. Let's see what the forecast is saying. Is it going to keep going? It's supposed to stop. We'll see. Might take her for a short walk. Yeah, it looks like it's blowing through. Most of the storm is now to the east of me. Take her for a short walk, then I'll have to come and do my dinner. 18 miles out. Tracking inbound for the Fort Jones VOR. Again, a low altitude VOR, so not a lot of power there. 35-mile range on average. So somewhere around 30 to 35 we should see it kick in. 10 to 15 miles or so. And it would be nice if they had the weather radar going. Not sure if that's ever going to be released here in 2020. One of the things I am looking forward to at Flight Expo in June is seeing 2024 in person. See how that's looking and how that's coming along. Mountains as we cruise along. Sure beat driving though. You should have to swing all the way out to the coast to make sure you weren't getting too badly done by the back roads twisting everywhere. After the Fort Jones one, we will be turning towards RDD, which is the Redding VOR, and that will take us down into that flat lowland out of the mountains where Sacramento is. So it should be good. There we are. We've just popped into the next VOR. So we'll line up our heading bug, switch over to heading mode. Oh, I will. I'll get some photos, I'll make some notes. I'm going to switch over to the next VOR, 11625. We'll bring in the radial. And we'll go into nav mode, so 42 miles out to it. And away we go. We'll switch over to the next one here, 11435. And after that, is the RBL VOR of 115.7. There's 115.7. Over here on this side, we're going to go 11435. There we go. Obviously, we're not picking up the next one quite yet, as the Redding VOR is also a low altitude, low power one. So we're doing a lot of to's and froms on this flight instead of just picking them up as we go. It's going to be interesting to see what the seminars that they have there as well when they bring them up. There's a whole bunch. They're doing various things on streaming and virtual airlines and stuff like that. I'm not. There's a couple that kind of caught my eye. We'll see, but definitely going to be interesting to hit like PMDG and fly-by-wire and some of the other places. Hi, did you enjoy your dinner?
estimator.
And of course the Microsoft. Let's see what the new flight sim is going to be. And that is end of June down in Vegas.
Move a lie down.
So our estimated arrival time is 1 hour and 5 minutes. We'll see. I don't think my it's keeping up here. I'm going to reset. It's saying I'm only 27% there. I don't know. It was kind of like talking about them, what they offer and stuff. I haven't seen it fully in regards to a complete list yet. That hasn't come out. They were just things they were looking at doing. Refresh on the overlay. Oh, that's what it's saying. I don't know if that's true or not. Only 30% done. It's more than that. Yeah, close to half, almost halfway. Let me just, while we're chugging along here, see what they got for seminars. Friday is the biggest seminars, product reveals, developer announcements. Saturday, Sunday, hands-on. Doody-doody-doo. Just looking at the list, there's a photo of Blue Gaming. Schedule. Hi. You're gonna want to go out, aren't you? Well, I'll take you out after the next. I don't know. That's what the questions are going to be. So what's the difference? I mean, I know they said they learned a lot of things with this one and stuff, but it's going to be like, what's the difference? What have you done with it to make it different? Yeah, still not seeing a list of the seminars. Let's see. No, nothing listed as of yet. So, it'll be interesting. Blue Gaming being updated. Yeah, well, he was pictured with some of the equipment and stuff. With a big shit-eating grin on his face. I'm not sure what he was playing with, but he looked like he was enjoying it. I'll be with you in a second, Molly. I just got to make my turn here. But wasn't FS 2020 kind of a rework of FSX? I mean, this isn't like a ground up new sim. Ooh, big sneeze there. Alright, so we're gonna line up here. We're gonna tune over. Doing previews. Who knows? I think that was from last year's sim. I think this past weekend they just had the European version. I think it was in Germany as well. The Europe flight sim event. How are we doing with fuel? Yeah, we're doing fine. I know, you want all my attention. Alright, 10 miles out. Let's switch over to heading mode. Now, we're not going to be able to grab the radial as we're not picking it up. But we're going to be going off at about 144. So we're going to dial in 144. And when we get down there, we'll switch over fly out the 144 radial. And then I'm going to run Molly downstairs, right? Right, girl? Yeah, I know you keep bumping your nose into my leg saying, let's go, let's go. A few more miles. Six miles to go. I'm going to be heading this way, and then, like I said, before the next VOR, we're going to go into a valley, leave the mountains on either side of us, and keep flying down the lower terrain, heading down towards our destination airport. Airport elevation at 24 feet, so it's right down. So we've got to lose 17,000 feet. So we're going to start descending probably outwards of 70 miles out. Which is going to put us, that's 40, wow, halfway from RBL to Isla VORs. We'll be beginning our descent downwards. Well, we'll have to see. It is happening rather quickly. I'm not sure if the sim is modularized where they could, say this section is working fine, we're good with it, but this section over here we have to do a complete rework, and they rework whatever terrain generation, and they can plop in the new terrain generation in, or winds, or there we are, or winds, or whatever, airfoil physics, or whatever you want to look at, atmospheric aerodynamics, whatever it is. Not sure if that works that way or not, but it'll be interesting to see. Anyway, there we are on the outbound. So we're going to fly that. So I'm just going to go into nav mode. We'll let it pick it up. I'm going to, once again, have to step away. I'm going to let Molly do her, take her outside so she can do her thing. And then I will be back. So we'll put the music back up. And I will hopefully be back before we hit the next VOR. All right, we're back. And we're picking up the next VOR. So let's head towards it. Go into heading mode. We'll switch over to it. Dial in that radial. And off we go. So the next one we have is 11520. I believe. Let me just pull up the list. No, that should be 1157. There we go, 1157. So we can come over here, we can switch that over. And after 1157, it is 1144. There we go. That is setting in there. Looks like we're already picking up the stamp, our nav2. That is the RBL VOR. Yeah, it doesn't look like my thing here is going, so I'm going to close that. We're going to the overlay, and I'm going to do a refresh, and I'm going to restart it. And let's put it in. So it's Kilo Sierra Lima Echo to Kilo Sierra Alpha Charlie. And it is ALO 32. There we go, and we'll do a refresh. It is looking much better, where it should be. All right, where were we in our discussion? You have a feeling the terrain they showed is handcrafted, looked like generated terrain with background. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. I didn't go look at it in that detail. Could be. We're coming out of the mountain area into the top outside. We can see the flat plain. We're going to be heading down the mountains on either side. I think it could be. I'm not sure. Be interesting to see what it is they show. And be able to ask questions just like that. What are the improvements that warrant a new edition of the sim? Like, what has changed? What in the architecture, what in the processing, what in the way third-party aircraft communicate with the sim. Like, 4 years in, we still don't have, well, 3.5 years in, we still don't have accurate weather radar. I mean, the weather is pretty accurate outside the sim, but we can't get an accurate weather radar, which is a little annoying. Because in a lot of aircraft, that's a major thing, right? So, anyway, 13 miles out. Get ourselves set up into heading mode. We'll switch over to the next VOR, which is the RBL VOR on 1157, the Red Bluff VOR. We're going to want to be heading down there on a heading of 157 degrees. There we go. And we'll get ourselves set up on the next one. So after 1157, it is 1144. Switch that one over on that side. And after 1144, I believe it is the Sacramento VOR of 115.2. Put that in. 115.2 is in. But we're going to be using the ILS, so we'll have to, we'll leave 115.2 over on nav 2, and the ILS will go in on nav 1. Wow, it's looking much better for our distance of 132. So with 70 out, we're going to start down. Now, looking at the ILS, we got a platform altitude of 1,500 feet. We have the Sacramento VOR, which we're going to have 1152, so we'll be able to use that as a direct bearing on our distance to it. We're going to be coming in over the river. And that is looking good. There's a small, very small airport that will be before it on our right. We'll ignore that. Once we're down, we're going to be landing on runway 02. We're going to get off and depart to the left and head into the terminal area around the control tower, as there's a lot of private hangars here. It is the executive airport, so there'd be a lot of business jets and stuff in that area. So not like having a big terminal here. Should be an FBO or something, but it doesn't show it on the charts. I wonder if I can pull it up. Let's see, KSAC. Airport. That's Sacramento Executive. Let's see if they've got an official field. Airport website. Let's see if they have a map. They have a map. No, it really doesn't. Oh, the terminal's there. Yeah, terminal's right at the control tower, so that's good enough. Hey, out of there, Molly. Come on. You can't sit there. Out, please. Thank you. Alright, looks like we just flew through there, so we're going to turn on our nav capture. You can sit back there. You can sit back there. Alright, so there's that turn. Up the radial. And coming into that flatter terrain with the hills and mountains on either side. And we're 122 miles out. So after we switch on to 114, that is the ILA, or the Williams VOR, ILA. We are probably going to self-vector at that point, so we will tune, as I mentioned, the Sacramento VOR on COM 2. We'll put the ILS frequency into COM 1. But after RBL, which is the one we're heading to now, we're going to fly 30 miles out and then start our descent. And that should give us about 70, 75 miles. Good girl. To get ourselves down and around. We do have a large descent of 15,500 feet, so that's going to take us some time, as this aircraft does not like to go down too quickly. So 30 miles down and we will begin our descent. And just checking for traffic in the area. Nothing in the area. KSAC We're the only aircraft in or out. Let's get the current weather. We will change our barrel settings since we're below transition right now. Winds are 5 knots, variable, 10 miles of visibility. Ceiling is clear. It's 22.1 degrees right now, and 3004. And we are currently at 3004. So that is looking good there. Come in and set up our heading. Oakland ground is up, LA center is up. Neither of those are in the area that we're in, so we'll be good making our plans. And 1195 for the CTAF is correct. Runway length is 5,500 feet. Shouldn't be an issue. Not in this thing. And 14 miles to go. So just outside with Molly, and yeah, snow has stopped. It's only it's about 2 degrees out, 1 degree out, and lots of snow everywhere. Well, it's all melting actually, but it is a little bit of a pain. And it's supposed to stay that way up through the weekend, and then get a little bit warmer, about 4 or 5 degrees warmer next week. And we'll see what happens there, though. Okay, 10 miles out. Switch over to heading mode, and we're gonna want about a 158 or so. No, 158. It's kind of what we're on. So we'll see what happens when we swing out the other side of this. If we don't switch over to heading mode, when we lose the signal as we pass over the VOR, she'll shut off, and we'll just go into roll mode. This way we at least keeping positive control. Oh, there's aircraft above us. That's United Airlines, flight 1986, flying from San Francisco to Seattle, Tacoma. They're at 35,000 feet, or 36,000 feet. Their speed's down to 177 again with that wind. Really slowing us down today. It'll be nice heading westward once we make the turn here at Sacramento and get some tailwinds going. So expecting arrival in 31 minutes, and we're about 100 miles out. Expected arrival, according to PAX, is within the area of 5,000 feet, so basically on our arrival. 5 miles to go. And as I mentioned, once we are 30 miles the other side of the RBL VOR, we will head downwards. Everything is looking good. Plenty of fuel. So we're going to be going down at what's considered a slow speed descent of 150 knots. I may click it in immediately. Just keep that vertical speed just slightly higher. All right, we are through. So we're going to wait for that 158 to come in. It will come in. We're just slightly off it now. Miles to top of descent. So you're starting to get some green down there along the rivers, lower elevations. We're going to be close to Napa in wine country. Fuel quantity is checked. Fuel transfers are closed and off. Cabin pressurization is set. 20 miles to the top of descent. Come in here. Since we're not going to change the Sacramento one over, we'll put in the ILS frequency now. That is going to be 110.3. So we will go 110.3. We're going to tune in the Sacramento VOR. Already in 1152. So we're just going to wait for that once we pass over the next VOR. That is all set. Okay, looking at there's two different altitude settings. There's the local altimeter setting with Sacramento and international altimeter settings. So we're going to use the local altimeter for Sacramento Executive. We're going to be doing the full ILS, which is going to give us a 273 foot minimum. So if we come down to our decision height, there's 250. That's about 273, 275. So that is now in and set. $13 miles to top of descent. I'm going to set an initial descent altitude of 2,500 feet. So we'll give ourselves 1,000 foot to fudge around with. 2,500. 10 miles. Two and a half thousand feet is set. 1,500 foot is the actual intercept. We'll remember that for when we're getting really close and onto our approach. Oh, look at the moon coming up. To go. I'm surprised the other VOR isn't kicking in. There we are. The other VOR is kicked in. It's the Sacramento VOR. Which is located 4.4 miles off the end of the runway. It's good to know. 41 miles. Can't be 41 miles away from that one. Let's just do a quick check. It's 11. This one. Sorry, 1144. There we go. That's better. So 1144 on that one. 1152. That's better. We're going to leave that one there and we'll put the ILS over into here, which once again is 1103. There we go. Keep up with your instruments. We are good to start our descent. So we have our 2,500 foot in. We're going to pull the power. Indicated airspeed on. And down we go. So that's about our airspeed drop, about 900 feet per minute. Once that kind of levels off. We're starting now. So altimeter's already set to local QNH. And see if there's an update. Nope. That is all looking good. 78 miles out of Sacramento. We'll monitor the descent, make sure we got enough down angle to get us down by the time we get there. The engines are right back in idle. Molly has resumed her position to my right. The airport's going to be off to our left, and we should see Sacramento, of course the capital of California, coming in. Looks like we're heading into the wider part of the valley here. We're hugging the western side of it a bit. So while we're coming in on the ILS, it is kind of more of a visual approach. We're going to hold this heading through the ILA VOR, and instead of turning towards Sacramento, and we'll self-vector ourselves and intercept the ILS. Just keeping an eye on any traffic in the area. There's not much. Oakland ground is still up, but that's about it. So is LA Center, but that's way far south of us, so we're not going to be seeing them. Alright, so we're down through 14,000 feet. We'll turn the seatbelt signs on in the back so they can start getting set up and cleaned up and ready for landing. formation there in the middle of the plain. Definitely a recognizable landmark. Miles out from the VOR, and we're going to maintain this heading as we pass overhead. Sacramento is currently off our 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Can't quite see it yet. It's in the haze. We're going to switch over to heading mode. Turn over to the ILS frequency, and we're going to tune in our ILS heading, which is going to be 19 degrees. Is set. So Sacramento International Airport is further to the north, on the north side of the city. We're not going in there. We're going to the executive airport. Should see it off in the distance as we descend down. So I'm going to turn off the indicated airspeed. I'm going to bring our nose up and get our speed back to 150 now. Hold 150. Descent speed. Still got a little bit to go, and I don't want to get too low too quickly. We're overhead the VOR. Just about to pass over. Coming up for 10,000 feet. See, just that 5 knots in speed is knocked off a huge amount on our descent rate. A little bit of turbulence there. Seatbelt signs are on. miles from the SAC VOR.
We have begun our final descent into California. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect
Lights are
any
on.
trash one final time. Please ensure to
Engine instruments are all looking good.
Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat in front of you.
Still working our way down, coming up through 9,500 feet. I think we can dial right in on our 1500 now for our platform, and we can judge by that where we are. We are almost going to be down at sea level. I think some of the elevation markers I saw were about 50 or 60 feet, so we're not looking too bad in that regard. It's 9,000 feet. We're going to switch over to the CTAF frequency, 1195. And we are 40 miles out. Sacramento Executive Area Traffic, Allegheny 32 is 40 miles out, inbound from the northwest, planning the ILS runway 02, Sacramento Executive. So as we continue our descent, looking forward to tomorrow, we will be taking off out of Sacramento here, and we are heading out to Carson City, KCXP. Carson City is, of course, in Nevada. And I say, of course, having just looked it up. And that's where we're heading. Not sure if it's the capital of Nevada. If Las Vegas is or not. We've gone to a couple places. It is the capital of Nevada. Interesting, but we are going to Las Vegas as well. We'll be going there after Carson City. So that should be on Friday. And flying into Las Vegas. Couple flights into Nevada tomorrow, Wednesday and Friday. I'm looking forward to that. $8,000 feet. 6,500 feet to go. So So Sacramento International Airport's over here. It's on the other side of this kind of squarish lake here. That's it right there. The town of Sacramento kind of stretches all out over here. We're landing actually in the town, so it should be built up around the airport. Should get some nice views as we come in. $30 miles out now from the VOR. We're going to be coming down, making a left turn, and then heading inbound on the localizer. Good and stable. It's the little town of Woodland right there. It's El Macero, and then Sacramento is this whole area down over here. Coming up on 7,000 feet. We're red flagged on the localizer and glide slope right now, which is what we're expecting to see. It's 28 miles out of the Sacramento VOR. So we get a current wind update. We should have had a new one by now. We have winds are 4 knots and variables, 22.2 degrees, 10 miles of visibility, ceiling none, skies are clear. 3001 is the update. We'll dial that in on both sides. There we go. And we are still inbound on 02. Through 7,000 feet. The airport's going to be over in this direction. Yeah, not a fast airplane here. Miles out. And you can see the terrain around us as we come down. Coming down this valley here. This kind of leads out, you follow it down and around to the water, you get to San Francisco. We just pinged the ILS. It's now picking it up. Another 6,000 feet. So we got a little airport coming up over here. She is there. This is the Davis Woodland Winters Airport. Of course, we had Woodland we just passed, and this is Davis over here. the terrain and vegetation to be provided by Rex Advanced? No, I don't think so. I didn't see a freeze. Could be me just pausing. Or not pausing, but holding it steady. I don't know. I didn't notice a freeze, Kev. Alright, so we are 20 miles out from the Sacramento VOR. We're passing by the airport right there. Just make out the row of hangars. And we are coming down through 5,600 feet. Looking good. Speed still 150 knots. I usually notice when it freezes, and I didn't that time, but I might have been distracted. So once we fly by this little town, we're going to turn a little bit to the left. We're going to head in towards where we're going to be intercepting the ILS. And where are we? Sacramento Executive Area Traffic, Allegheny 32, descending through 5,300. Approximately 22 miles to the west, inbound for the ILS runway 02, Sacramento Executive. Right, so the airport is pretty much out over there. Of course, we're going for runway 02, so we got to get south of the airport and come in from that side. And according to my maps, it's located, like I said, inside the built-up area, so get a nice over the buildings approach. It's 5,000 feet. There's the town coming up, little town. There we go, flying past. Coming up over the highways. Turn to a heading of 130. Couple tall poles there we're going to avoid. Coming in over top of them. $4,700 feet. 15 miles out from the VOR. We gotta go down 3,000 feet. We're not descending very fast. Alright, so we're gonna get the first notch of flaps down. That should increase our descent rate. water here is the line leads us in. Just gonna keep an eye on that. We're gonna vertical speed this now at about 900. So let her hold there. Too bad. Sacramento executive traffic, Allegheny 32 is 15 miles to the southwest inbound to intercept the ILS runway 02 Sacramento. Executive. Right, we have 1,000 to go. And we are looking good. Turn eastbound. The airport over there. You see some lights. We are inbound. Glide slope has just come up. Coming down to 1,500 feet. There's the localizer moving. Approach mode armed. Cabin controls checked. Engine air bleeds are low. Auxiliary pumps 1 through 4 are now on. Passenger sign will give them the final ding. Is good. Synchronization is done. Landing lights and taxi lights are on. Altimeters are confirmed set. Engine intake deflectors are retracted. And as we come around the corner, line up on the localizer. Engines are in maximum RPM. So we're going to bring our speed down to 125. Here's 130. And 125. So bring up the power to hold her there. Airport's ahead. It is 14 miles. Lots one's going 25. 120. Okay, Molly. Only 120 to 125. She is wallowing a little bit. She tends to do. Yeah, it looks like we're going to be coming over some housing and stuff. So lights are on, cabin is notified. Airport's in sight. Props fully forward. Speed is good. Just waiting for the glide slope to become active. Town starts on the other side of the river there. The oscillations will disappear when I turn the autopilot off, actually. Molly? Enough. Heard somebody outside. Just gone into guard dog mode. Alright, we are 2.5 miles out from the VOR. VOR is actually right in front of us. It is right there at the end of the road. See the little path that comes into it, the farmer's field? That's the VOR. When we cross over, you'll see the needle swing, and it's directly in line with the runway. Alright, glide slope is live. One mile out from the VOR. And glide slope capture, gear down. Speed coming back to 100. VOR Neela swung behind us now. Alright, speed's back to 100. We're about 1,000 feet up. Autopilot is disengaged. I have control. Speed's down to 100. Flaps full. Up to keep our speed. We want to keep 100. She comes in nose high. It's a weird angle she does come in at. Getting a little off track here, so let's get her over. I mean, I'm flaps full right now. If I went outside, you'd see she's still a bit nose up. Again, she's meant to come in at slow speed, high angle, so you can get her down and stopped. There we go. Coming in over the town. A little high. Easing her down. Or so. There we go. Lined up. So gear down, 3 green, flaps full. Lights are on, cabin's notified. That one is good. We're going to come 95 minimums. Continue. To 90, we're going to land at about 85. There's 90. Dragging it in a little bit. Winds are slightly out of the left. And we're down. Get that nose down. On the brakes, reversers off. And we're going to get off here at Echo.
Ladies and and gentlemen, welcome to California.
Juliet,
the
or
local
whatever
time
this is.
3:25 p.m. and it's currently about 72 degrees Fahrenheit. You can now use
It
your
says
mobile
Juliet on the
devices.
charts. It says
Please
Echo
remain
here on the
seated
ground.
until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins as items may have shifted during the flight. We thank you for flying with us and we hope to see you again soon.
All right, so we are clear. Sacramento area traffic, Allegheny 32, clear. Runway 2 at Juliet, taxiing to the apron, Juliet, apron to the terminal. All right, so we're down. Let's do our after landing checks. All right, control locks are engaged. Condition levers 2 and 3 are in feather. Flaps fully retracted, anti-collision light red, landing lights are now off, strobe lights off, engine intake deflectors are retracted, windshield heat is off, de-ice and pitot heaters are off. Spoiler and flight switch is in taxi, yaw damper is off, weather radar is off, TCAS go off, and we are good to taxi. Alright, so terminal's over here in front of the tower, that's where we're going to head, and we'll pull it in over there. Yeah, it wasn't bad. We got her down. Let's get her around the corner here. And we'll head in. Right here. There we go. Alright, so emergency brake is set to park. Taxi light is off. Power levers will come to flight idle. Engines 1 and 4 to feather. Weather radar is off. DMEs will come off. Steering is off. Engines are shut down. Engine bleeds. Are off. Anti-collision light. And, well, come off. Position light will leave on. Passenger signs can come off now. AC generators are all off. External power is connected, batteries will come off, and the anti-skid is off. So round to the back and they can open the door. Here we are, Sacramento, California. Beautiful day out. It's been a great flight down the west coast of the US. Hope you enjoyed. We'll be back again tomorrow when we head to Nevada, Carson City. Hope to see you there. Take care. Kevin, thanks for dropping by. See you tomorrow. City. Hope to see you there. Take care, Kevin. Thanks for dropping by. See you tomorrow.